Lingling trembled with fright by Lin Yun's aura. She gritted her teeth and finally said 2 words.
No.
Not count. Since it's not counted, what are you doing here? Don't you hurry up and invite us to the deck. Remember, it's the best deck. Lin Yun didn't have a loud voice, but was full of breath. You. Lingling's face turned blue. Is this to let her serve? What are you? We are guests now, and we don't know how to serve customers. If we don't serve customers well, I will immediately ask your boss to complain to you. Understand? Lin Yun said coldly. After Lingling heard the words, her face became more ugly. She knew that if Lin Yun really spent tens of thousands of yuan here, she would really have a good attitude to serve. Otherwise, Lin Yun would definitely be held accountable by the boss if Lin Yun complained to her. And she just saw Lin Yun throw out tens of thousands of yuan just now, indicating that Lin Yun is definitely capable of spending more than 10,000 yuan. I ask if you understand. Are you deaf and can't hear? Answer me. Lin Yun continued to scold. Ming understand. Although Lingling was very upset, she could only force a smile. Since you understand, don't hurry up and lead the way. Lin Yun continued to scold.
Ok.
Okay, I'll lead the way. Lingling smiled and nodded. Immediately afterwards, Lingling took Lin Yun and Wang Shui to the deck. Soon, Lingling took Lin Yun and Tu to a deck. After sitting down, go get the bar. Lin Yun waved to Lingling. Lingling smiled and nodded, then left. After Lingling walked a distance, her face suddenly became gloomy. Damn it! This Wang Shui looks like a poor boy to her boyfriend, but she can easily take out tens of thousands of dollars. Lingling gritted her teeth and said angrily. When Lingling sees Wang Shui, she always shows her superiority in front of Wang Shui. One of Lingling's happiest things is to see Wang Shui's life worse than her. But just now Lin Yun yelled at her like that in front of Wang Shui, which made Lingling feel embarrassed in front of Wang Shui, but she had nothing to do. I think you look like you. At most you have a little money. Want to pretend to be in front of me? Want to help Wang Shui get face? Dreaming. I will definitely make you pay. Lingling gritted her teeth, said viciously. Lingling already had a way to teach Lin Yun. Boy, don't you have money? I see how rich you can be. Lingling squinted. And Wang Shui, don't think you'd be better than me in your life. Lingling's eyes were poisonous. On the other side, the card is sitting. Lin Yun, where did you get so much money? Wang Shui couldn't help asking. Didn't I tell you the last time? I bought the lottery ticket and won the second prize, hundreds of thousands. Lin Yun said with a smile. Then you can't use it like that. It's too wasteful. Wang Shui looked serious. For Wang Shui, even a few thousand yuan is a huge amount of money, but Lin Yun just smashed out tens of thousands of yuan. It's okay. As long as it can flatten Na Lingling, it's worth it. Lin Yun said with a smile. To be honest, tens of thousands of yuan is really drizzle to Lin Yun. The last time Grandpa gave Lin Yun another billion in pocket money. After a pause, Lin Yun smiled and continued. How's it going? Does it feel better to see Lingling deflated? It's okay, but you were really fierce just now, giggle. Wang Shui covered her small mouth and let out a crisp and sweet laugh. To be honest, for the past few years, Lingling has always been mocking Wang Shui. Wang Shui has never seen Lingling deflated, and just saw it. How can I be less aggressive when dealing with the wicked? Lin Yun smiled. After a pause, Lin Yun smiled and continued. If you haven't vented your anger yet, it doesn't matter. It's just the beginning, and the excitement is yet to come. Soon, Lingling returned here with a few waiters. Several waiters each held foreign wine, red wine, fruit platter, snacks, and put them on the table one by one. The foreign wine is the top Louis XIII, and the red wine is the top Lafite. These add up to more than 200,000. Why does Lingling drink these wines? The purpose is simple, that is to deliberately engage in Lin Yun. Her plan is simple. Bring up these most expensive wines. If Lin Yun refuses some wine from consumers, then she can take the opportunity to ridicule and say that she can't even drink these wines to refute Lin Yun's face. If Lin Yun didn't refuse, it would be even better. She could take advantage of this to cause Lin Yun to bleed heavily. In Lingling's eyes, Lin Yun was only a little money at most, and the 200,000 yuan would definitely make it unbearable. She even estimated that Lin Yun might not be able to spend so much money. If this is the case, it would be the best. When Lin Yun has no money to settle the bill, she can use this to settle the general ledger with Lin Yun. Everything is ready. You two enjoy it slowly, Lingling said with a strong smile, especially the word enjoy, biting very hard. After speaking, Lingling was ready to leave. Wait a minute, don't leave. Lin Yun stopped Lingling. Why? Is there anything else? Lingling turned to look at Lin Yun. You, come here to accompany you. Lin Yun beckoned lightly. Lingling frowned. What did you say? Let me accompany the wine? Sorry, I am the manager, not the wine girl. If you want to accompany the wine girl, I can call you. No, I want you to be a wine girl. Lin Yun showed a playful smile. Dreaming, Lingling said viciously. Sorry, you are not qualified to refuse. If you refuse, I can only call your boss. Lin Yun sneered. You can scream. Do you think I'm afraid of you screaming? I'm not a manager to accompany the wine girl. Even if you call the boss, it's useless. Lingling finally couldn't help but yell. After Lingling finished talking about the princes, she turned around and left. For Lingling, letting him accompany Lin Yun and Wang Shui with wine is definitely a shame. If this is the case, then Wang Shui can laugh at her for being a wine girl. So it is impossible to kill her. Don't worry, I promise you will be willing. Lin Yun smiled coldly at Lingling's back. Asshole, you want me to be a wine girl? After walking away for a while, Lingling's fists were already clenched. Please be proud of it. When you check out later, I will see what you do in the face of the sky-high consumption. After Lingling said this, she barely felt better. The other side. After Lingling left, Lin Yun directly tipped another waiter and asked him to call the boss over. After the waiter left, Lin Yun, let's forget it. I'm already very satisfied with letting Lingling collapse just now. Wang Shui looked serious. In Wang Shui's eyes, the people who can open such bars must be very powerful people, and she is afraid that the trouble will cause Lin Yun instead. Don't worry, everything is under control. Lin Yun smiled. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun poured out a glass of red wine. Wang Shui, this is the top red wine. Come and try. About 5 minutes later, a middle-aged man with a big belly appeared in front of Lin Yun. Hello, my name is Wu Sang. I am the owner of this bar. What can I do for you too? Said middle-aged man Wu Sang. When Wu Sang got the news, he didn't want to come. How could his dignified boss come out to meet guests at will? But after he heard the waiter say that the two ordered more than 200,000 drinks, he decided to come. Lin Yun took a sip of wine, then said lightly, Boss Wu, I want Lingling, the manager of your bar, to come over to accompany you. This gentleman, Lingling, is the manager, not the wine girl. If you want to find someone to accompany the wine girl, I can help you find some more correct wine girl than Lingling. How about? Wu Sang said with a smile. Lin Yun put down the wine glass, took out a bank card, put it on the table, and said lightly, No. I want her to accompany the wine. The diamond VIP card of the firm. The boss Wu Sang twitched his eyes, and he recognized the bank card Lin Yun had taken out. After seeing this card, Wu Sang was horrified. His eyes on Lin Yun became more respectful. Because he knew that to apply for this card, he had to deposit more than tens of millions in it. Moreover, the number of such cards issued was limited. To get this card, not only had to have money, but also had status. Wu Sang himself could not get this card. In other words, just relying on Lin Yun's ability to take out this card, he was enough to determine that Lin Yun's money, identity, and status were probably superior to him. This kind of character meant that even he could not be offended. What about the boss, what I asked just now? Can you handle it now? Lin Yun said lightly. Yes. Of course you can. Don't worry, sir. I'll do it right away. Wu Sang accompanied with a smile and nodded repeatedly. Immediately afterwards, Wu Sang turned his head and said to a waiter, Go. Call Lingling over. Yes, Mr. Wu. After the waiter nodded, he quickly turned and ran away. Wang Shui on the side was very puzzled after seeing this scene. She only saw Lin Yun take out a card, and the boss' attitude suddenly became respectful. Of course, Wang Shui did not know the diamond VIP card. In her eyes, it was nothing more than a bank card that looked more beautiful. If she knew this card, she wouldn't be confused. After the waiter left, "I don't know what surname is Mr. Wu," the boss Wu Sang asked with a smile on his face. "My name is Lin Yun," Lin Yun said lightly. "Lin Yun?" The boss Wu Sang murmured again. He felt that he had heard the name mentioned recently, but he couldn't remember who it was. At this moment, Lingling walked over quickly. "Boss." Lingling saluted Wu Sang with a smile. At this time, Lingling seemed confident, and he was able to sit in the position of bar manager because she had a private relationship with her boss Wu Sang. "Lingling, you just need to do one thing tonight, and that is to accompany these two distinguished guests," the boss Wu Sang said with a smile. Lingling was taken aback. "Mr. Wu, you actually let me accompany them? I am the manager, not the wine girl." Lingling looked angry. "Of course I know this, you just feel wronged, okay?" Boss Wu said with a smile. "I don't." Lingling pouted, her tone determined. For Lingling, letting her accompany Wang Shui with wine and letting her serve Wang Shui is something she is unwilling to do. After Boss Wu heard the words, his face suddenly became gloomy. "Lingling, don't shame on you. I'll say it again. I will be here tonight." Boss Wu said coldly. "Mr. Wu, why are you helping them like this? Looking at their clothes, it's absolutely impossible to have much money. At most it's a little money." Lingling retorted. Snapped. As soon as Lingling spoke, Boss Wu slapped her face directly. Lingling, who was slapped, looked at Boss Wu with an incredible face. She didn't expect that the boss would hit her for Lin Yun and Wang Shui, and Lingling knew that Wang Shui was sitting there looking at her, and she was slapped in front of Wang Shui, which made her feel even more embarrassed. Immediately afterwards, Boss Wu pointed at Lingling and said viciously, "You bitch, don't give your face. This Mr. Lin asks you to accompany you. That's worthy of you. Don't forget that Lao Tzu gives you the position of manager. Lao Tzu asks you to be a manager and you do it. Lao Tzu let you sit with the wine girl. You have to do it too." Lingling was scolded and cried. However, Boss Wu did not give up. "Your position as manager is just for you to change your body, don't you know? What are you? I can get you out of here with a word." Boss Wu cursed. As soon as she said this, Wang Shui's on the side couldn't help covering her small mouth, showing a look of surprise. She didn't expect that Lingling's managerial position was actually exchanged for her body. When Lingling heard Boss Wu talk about this, she even felt ashamed of her grandma's house. "Boss, stop talking. I'll accompany." "I'll accompany." Lingling could only nod her head. She knew that the boss was so angry that she had no choice at all. "Huh, it's such a cheap thing. I won't give you some color. I don't know that the sky is high and the earth is thick," Boss Wu said coldly. In the eyes of Boss Wu, Lingling is just an ordinary plaything, and Lin Yun's identity is not clear to him. It is very likely that he is someone he cannot afford to offend. Of course, he will not offend Lin Yun for Lingling. After a pause, Boss Wu continued with a straight face. "Give me a good company of two distinguished guests. If the distinguished guests are not satisfied at all, I will take your oath to ask, understand?" "Yes, yes." Lingling nodded weakly. Upon seeing this, Boss Wu looked at Lin Yun with a smile and said, "Mr. Lin, you are playing. What else do you need? Even if you ask the waiter to call me." "Okay, you go." Lin Yun waved to him. After Boss Wu left, "Why are you still there? Come over and pour the wine," Lin Yun said coldly to Lingling. Lingling lowered her head and obediently stepped forward to pour wine for Lin Yun and Wang Shui. At this moment, Lingling accidentally saw the Firm Diamond VIP bank card that Lin Yun put on the table. Commercial Bank Diamond VIP card. Lingling recognized it at a glance. In an instant, stormy seas raged in her heart, and she knew that a person with such a card was rich or expensive. She finally realized that Lin Yun is not just a little money. He is clearly a rich man. She finally understood what a horrible person she got on. Wang Shui unexpectedly found such a rich boyfriend? She envy, jealous, hate, but helpless. With such a rich boyfriend supporting Wang Shui, how can she fight Wang Shui? When Lingling poured wine for Wang Shui suddenly said, "Lingling, I didn't expect you to take the position of manager, but you actually exchanged it with your own body. Why are you doing this? Is it worth it?" When Wang Shui saw Lingling before, she always felt inferior. and she always felt that she was not as good as Lingling, but from now on, she doesn't feel that way anymore. Moreover, after all those things just now, the tone in her heart finally came out. Lin Yun also said, "A managerial position that is exchanged for a body, but I am ashamed to show it off frequently. I really don't know where your face comes from." After Lingling heard the words, her face flushed with shame, and she couldn't wait to find a place to get in. Her superiority in front of Wang Shui had long been lost. "Lingling, today I'm just giving you a small punishment. After I go back, I will tell your mother that if your mother and daughter dare to ridicule Wang Shui with yin and yang in the future, I can guarantee that I will kill your family." Lin Yun squinted his eyes, said, I know." Lingling nodded with a trembling voice. She knows that a person who can hold a diamond VIP card from a firm wants to deal with her easily. So from now on, even if she borrowed her 100 courage, she would never dare to mock Lingling again. After coming out of the bar, both Lin Yun and Wang Shui's faces were slightly red. They didn't drink much on weekdays, but just now in the bar, they drank the Louis XIII and Lafite almost. Of course, Wang Shui didn't see the amount when checking out. She didn't know how expensive these 2 bottles of wine were. Otherwise, she would not dare to drink it. Lin Yun took a taxi to drive Wang Shui back. At the door of Wang Shui's house, "Lin Yun, thank you. I am really happy today." Wang Shui showed a sweet and moving smile. Immediately afterwards, Wang Shui stepped forward, stood on tiptoe, and kissed Lin Yun's cheek. After the kiss, the shy Wang Shui quickly turned around and ran into the house. Lin Yun looked at the disappearing shadow of Wang Shui and touched the place where he was kissed on his cheek. Lin Yun only felt that there was an indescribable feeling in his heart. The next day, in the morning, Lin Yun did not go to school, but went directly to Huading Group. Lin Yun had figured out the situation of Wang Shui's family yesterday, and Lin Yun naturally wanted to help her. However, Lin Yun didn't want to give Wang Shui the money directly, otherwise Wang Shui might refuse. Therefore, Lin Yun's solution was to ask Lulao to go to Wang Shui's house in the name of Huading Group's Charity and Love, and help Wang Shui's mother arrange hospital treatment, and then give Wang Shui a sum of money in the name of funding. In this way, it can help Wang Shui without letting Wang Shui know that she is herself, let alone being afraid that she will refuse. Chairman Lin. When entering the door, the 2 security guards at the door hurriedly saluted Lin Yun respectfully. "Well, you guys are in good spirits, come on." Lin Yun patted the 2 on the shoulders before entering the company directly. The 2 security guards were so excited by Lin Yun's encouragement. They were just security guards with a low status. In the past, the company executives did not look at them directly. "The chairman is good. That's it. I feel cordial when I see the chairman. Following such a chairman, I am not afraid of no prospects," the 2 security guards said excitedly. "The chairman is good. That's it. I feel cordial when I see the chairman. Following such a chairman, I am not afraid that there will be no prospects," the 2 security guards said excitedly. After entering the company, Lin Yun walked directly to the front desk. "Good morning, Chairman." The little girl at the front desk greeted Lin Yun eagerly. "Is Lulao in the company?" Lin Yun asked the front desk. "Chairman, General Manager Lu went to inspect the construction site, but he should be back soon." The front desk girl answered with a smile. "Really? Then I will wait for him here," Lin Yun said. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun walked to the rest area next to him, found a place to sit down, and took out his mobile phone to have fun. About a few minutes later, a man wearing gold glasses also came to the rest area and sat down in front of Lin Yun. "Little brother, are you also here for an interview in Confronting Group?" the man with golden silk glasses asked, while looking up and down Lin Yun. Is there any problem?" Lin Yun asked with a smile. Looking at the appearance of the man with golden glasses, Lin Yun guessed that he should be here for the interview. "It's okay, but I didn't expect that Huading Group now recruits people like you," the man with golden glasses said with a smile. Although the man with golden glasses had a smile on his face, there seemed to be a bit of irony in his words. Lin Yun was not angry, but smiled and asked, "What about me? Why can't Confronting Group recruit people like me?" "Little brother, it seems that you don't know enough about yourself. You came for an interview in such a shabby dress. Did you come to be funny? In addition, I think you look like you Your education is very low, right? Smiled. It's okay. High school education. Lin Yun said lightly. Lin Yun is only halfway through college now. In terms of academic qualifications, he is indeed a high school graduate and is currently studying at university. A high school degree? Puff. You have a high school degree, so you are embarrassed to go to the Huading group for an interview? I really don't know who gave you the face. The Jinsey glasses man couldn't help laughing. After a pause, the man with golden glasses smiled and continued. Brother, I asked you to interview the security guard? If this is the case, then I can figure it out. People with your degree are only worthy to interview security guards in China Ting Group. In the words of the man with golden silk glasses, he looked down upon Lin Yun.
Ah!
Lin Yun couldn't help laughing. He is the chairman of the Qingyang branch of the dignified Huading Group and the boss of this company. You said I was unworthy? Isn't this funny? Of course, Lin Yun did not reveal his identity directly. At this time, the man with golden silk glasses took out a copy of his graduation certificate. Boy, let me see what a person with a high degree of education is. The man with golden glasses said while putting the copy in front of you. Lin Yun looked down at the copy, then shook his head and sneered. Did you graduate with a master's degree? But with your quality, I am afraid that it is not as good as a high school student. Hearing this, the man with golden glasses suddenly became unhappy. Boy, I think you are jealous of me. You are a trash high school student. You don't even deserve to lift my shoes. You don't understand, said the man with golden glasses proudly. After a pause, the man with golden silk glasses continued arrogantly. Boy, if you're smart, please hurry up to curry favor with me now. If we all have an interview, then you will be the company security guard and I will be the core employee of the company. Then maybe I can take care of you as a security guard. The man with golden silk glasses didn't know at this time that Lin Yun was actually the chairman of Huading Group. If he knew, he would dare to talk to Lin Yun like this with 100 guts. Really? Then how do you think I would fawn on you? Lin Yun showed a playful smile. Don't you know how to fawn on people? Hey, it's really a waste that mud can't support the wall. You don't even cherish the opportunity to climb a highly educated talent like me. The man with golden glasses shook his head and sighed. Haha, am I climbing you high? I am afraid you are not worthy. Lin Yun smiled coldly. I'm not worthy? Haha, boy, do you know what it means to be incompetent and arrogant? Just like you, a low-educated and poorly dressed kid who is not willing to indulge in the strong, then you are destined to be a security guard in your life, the man with golden glasses sneered. At this moment, a figure walked in from outside the company. The visitor was Lulao, the general manager who had just returned from the site inspection. Lulao was also followed by several company executives and company staff. Wow, that seems to be General Manager Lulao. The man with golden silk glasses recognized Lulao at a glance. After Lulao entered the company, he first exchanged a few words with the little girl at the front desk, and then he came straight here. Wow, General Manager Lulao seems to be walking toward me? The man with golden glasses noticed this. Immediately afterwards, the man in golden glasses was surprised and muttered to himself. Could it be that General Manager Lulao just came to see me from the front desk when he learned that I was coming for an interview? Well, it must be the case. There are only two men with gold glasses and Lin Yun. In the eyes of Jinsey glasses, Lin Yun is a trash kid who came to interview the security guard. Surely the general manager could not have come to see Lin Yun, right? Then, I can only come to meet him. The man with golden silk glasses felt excited when he thought of this. At this time, Lulao came here with a group of company executives and employees. However, the man with golden silk glasses found that General Manager Lulao walked directly in front of Lin Yun. Next moment, Dong Lin. Lulao, the general manager, saluted Lin Yun directly. Hello, Chairman. The dozen or so executives and employees behind Lulao all bowed to Lin Yun at the same time.
Young.
Chairman? The man with golden silk glasses saw this scene. His face was overwhelmed. Immediately afterwards, the man with golden glasses turned his head to look at Lin Yun. He swallowed, and then with a trembling voice, he couldn't help asking Lin Yun, You wouldn't be the chairman of Huading Group, would you? Yes. Lin Yun replied lightly. Huh. After hearing the affirmative answer, The man with golden silk glasses slumped back on the chair, and he was dumbfounded. The man with golden silk glasses thought of himself, the words he had just said to Lin Yun. A kind of despair was born in his heart. God, he just made a mockery of the chairman of Confronting Group. He just pretended to be superior to the chairman of Confronting Group. Hey, don't you let me fawn on you now? Lin Yun looked at the man with golden glasses with a smile. How this man with golden glasses mocked Lin Yun and pretended to be superior in front of Lin Yun. Lin Yun is now vividly remembered. Of course Lin Yun hated this man with golden glasses. Pretending to be in front of Lin Yun, is this still worth it? Chairman, I was joking just now, don't take it seriously. The man with golden glasses explained in horror. Lin Yun sneered and continued. You are a master student, aren't you awesome? Why do you whisper to me, a trash high school student now? Chairman, I know I was wrong. I really know I was wrong. The scared man with golden glasses was so scared that he knelt directly on the ground. He was extremely scared, because he knew that he had offended Lin Yun by what he said before. As the chairman of Confronting Group, if he wanted to clean up him, it would be easier than trampling on an ant. Lin Yun's tone was cold and his voice said loudly, Now, in the name of the chairman of Confronting Group, I officially inform you that you are not worthy to work here. Get out. Get out of Confronting building. Facing Lin Yun's scolding, the man with golden glasses was so scared that his whole face turned into pig liver color. Where did he dare to continue staying here? And ran out of the gate of Confronting building without even crawling. Chairman, this? Lulao on the side looked dazed, completely unaware of what happened. It's just a clown. Don't pay attention to it. Let's go. Go upstairs to the office. I have something to talk to you. Lin Yun said. It happens to be the chairman. I also have a very important thing that I need to report to you urgently. Lulao looked serious. Since Lin Yun met Lulao, I have never seen Lulao be so serious. Could it be that what happened? Lin Yun had a faint premonition in his heart. Okay, let's go upstairs and talk. Lin Yun talked to Lulao and walked quickly to the elevator. Inside the chairman's office, Lin Yun sat on the boss chair, while Lulao stood at the table. Dong Lin, you just said something is going on, you order. Lulao said. Lulao, do you remember the girl I brought to the company yesterday? You go to her house in the name of Confronting Group's charity, help her mother find a good hospital for the best treatment, and give her a grant. The money comes from the company. Lin Yun said. The girl yesterday? Lin Dong, are you going to help her again? Wouldn't you? Like this girl? Lulao said with a smile. Lulao still remembered the events of yesterday clearly, and now Lin Yun asked him to help the girl again, not to blame Lulao for not thinking wildly. I just think she is pathetic and needs my help, Lin Yun said embarrassedly. Hey, please don't explain, Chairman. I'm a person here. I will definitely not feel wrong, Lulao said with a smile. When Lulao said this, Lin Yun couldn't help asking himself, did he really like Wang Wei? Lin Yun only knew one thing, and that was that he wanted Wang Wei to live a good life and not let her suffer anymore. Lulao continued, Chairman, why are you concealing your identity from her? Yesterday's sponsorship fee was obviously you helped her, but you didn't let her know. This time you let me do it again. So she didn't know it was you were helping her, and she doesn't know how good you are to her. In Lubo's view, you should be clear about your identity and then help Wang Wei with dignity, so that Wang Wei can know that Lin Yun is kind to her. Okay, don't worry about it. Just do as I ordered. Lin Yun gave Lulao a white look. Yes. Lin Dong, don't worry. I will do it all.
Lulao nodded.
By the way, Lulao, when you were downstairs just now, you said that there were important things that needed to be reported to me urgently. What was it? Lin Yun asked. After Lulao heard this, his face suddenly became serious. Dong Lin, the construction site on the Huajingyuan real estate. Something happened. Lulao looked solemn. Note, Confronting Group's main business is real estate. Problem occurs? Lin Yun was taken aback, then immediately asked, Say, what happened? In Lin Yun's view, Lubo's expression was so solemn. If something really happened, it would definitely not be a trivial matter. The scaffolding on the construction site was moved by hands and feet, causing more than a dozen workers to be killed on the spot. Lulao looked solemn. What? More than a dozen workers fell to death. Lin Yun's pupils twitched sharply. More than a dozen lives. This is definitely not a small accident. Moreover, behind the accident, there were more than a dozen lives. Lulao, you just said that the scaffolding was passive. What is going on? Who did it again? Lin Yun asked quickly. Chairman, I just went to the construction site to investigate. The scaffolding was indeed tampered with. If I guess correctly, it should have been done by Jinxiang Group secretly. Lulao said. Jinxiang Group. Lin Yun suddenly narrowed his eyes, and an astonishing chill flashed in his eyes. As a native of Qingyang City, Lin Yun knew Jinxiang Group. Jinxiang Group is a local group in Qingyang. The Jinxiang Group covers a wide range of industries, but the main and most profitable business of the Jinxiang Group is real estate. It can be said that no one in Qingyang City does not know Jinxiang Group. Speaking of Jinxiang Group, one has to say that Xiang Jinxiang, the chairman of the group, is a legendary figure. Xiang Jinxiang, famous in the 1990s, relied on his notorious fierceness at the time to make a reputation in Qingyang City, and finally became the big brother of the underground forces in Qingyang City. After entering the 21st century, Xiang Jinxiang began to change his business. 10 years ago, when the real estate business was booming, Xiang Jinxiang took advantage of the trend to enter real estate. With his being the big brother of the underground forces in Qingyang City, coupled with his vicious methods, he soon became the strongest real estate in Qingyang Group. Donglin, you may not understand that since the establishment of our Huading Group Qingyang branch, Jinxiang Group has regarded us as a deadly enemy. It's just that because of the strength of our Huading Group, Jinxiang Group did not dare to deal with us with great fanfare, but he often stumbled secretly. In recent years, our branch has suffered a lot of losses under his secret calculation. Lulao said. After a pause, Lulao continued. Including this incident, apart from Jinxiang Group, I can't think of anyone else who will deliberately rectify us. After Lin Yun heard this, he probably understood it. Jinxiang Group is only a local group. Can it be better than our China Ting Group? Our China Ting Group is the largest group in southwest China. Can't we still kill him? Lin Yun said with squinting eyes. Dong Lin, Jinxiang Group is our Huading Group, the biggest commercial enemy in Qingyang City. Of course we want to defeat Jinxiang Group, Lulao said. Immediately afterwards, Lulao turned around and smiled helplessly. However, as the saying goes, a strong dragon can't suppress a local snake. Although our Huading Group is strong, as a local snake, Xiang Jinxiang is deeply rooted in Qingyang. If you want to completely eradicate it, pairing is not an easy task. As long as China Ting Group is determined to destroy him, I don't believe it can't be destroyed. Lin Yun said coldly. If Mr. Liu is determined to kill him, it will be fine, but Huading Group's business is spread across dozens of cities. Mr. Liu is very busy, so how can I deal with him specifically? Lulao said. After a pause, Lulao continued. Even if Mr. Liu took his own hands, it would be quite troublesome to eradicate local snakes like Jinxiang Group. At least the price paid is more than the reward. Is that so? Lin Yun nodded suddenly. To put it simply, if the headquarters of China Ting Group is determined to destroy Jinxiang Group, it will be fine, but they are just a branch of China Ting Group. At this moment, the account manager rushed in and said eagerly as he ran. Chairman Lin, General Manager Liu, the big thing is bad. Such words made Lin Yun and Liu both feel bad in their hearts. Could something bad happen again? What is so flustered? Say.
Liu urged.
Dong Lin, Manager Liu, and the customer service phone calls were all broken. Many users who bought the Huajing Yuan real estate house asked for a refund after checking out. The account manager said anxiously. Check out? Why? Lulao frowned and asked. They said that more than a dozen people died in the Huajing Yuan real estate. They don't want to die in the real estate, so they have to check out. The account manager said anxiously. How many customers call? Lulao continued to ask. So far, there have been 70 to 80, and the calls are still coming in. The account manager eagerly said. After Lulao heard this, his face became more solemn. Lin Yun's face also didn't look pretty. As the chairman of the company, Lin Yun was also annoyed and anxious when such a thing happened. At this time, the engineering manager rushed in again and said as he ran, Dong Lin, Manager Liu, it's not good. It's not good. What's wrong? Lu Bo asked quickly. The sales office of Huajing Yuan has gathered many customers who have already bought houses, and they all asked to check out. They said not to die in the real estate, and the sales office is almost out of control, the engineering manager said eagerly. After hearing this, Lu Bo and Lin Lin's faces became more ugly, and the situation was worse than they thought. Lin Yun also squinted his eyes and said, "The construction site has been killed for a day without arriving. So these customers actually know about it? How is this possible?" Dong Lin, there is no need to think about it. It must be the ghost of Jinxiang Group, and it must be them who conveyed this news to those customers. Lu Bo gritted his teeth. Don't this Jinxiang Group just want to trouble me? In order to achieve this goal, he did not hesitate to kill more than a dozen workers, truly inhuman beasts. Lin Yun said viciously. Lin Yun is not only secretly tricking the Kajinkiang Group, but also the Kajinkiang Group is inhumane. Lin Yun's father was also a construction worker, and Lin Yun's father lost his life in an accident on the construction site. Therefore, Lin Yun was very angry when he heard the news. There may be more than a dozen families behind these more than a dozen lives, and more than a dozen single-parent families like himself will appear in Huashue. Therefore, Lin Yun was very angry after hearing such news. Behind these more than a dozen lives, there may be more than a dozen families, and there will be more than a dozen single-parent families like yourself. Dong Lin, the boss of the Jinxiang Group, Xiang Jinxiang, I don't know how many lives have been in his hands over the years. He can have his current status. He just walked up on the corpse. He would not care about the lives of those migrant workers. Lu Bo said, "This kind of should be broken into pieces." Lin Yun said viciously. At this moment, Lu Bo's secretary rushed in again. Dong Lin, Manager Lu, and Huading Group headquarters called. They said that they had received a large number of complaints from our Qingyang branch from customers because of the Huajing Yuan building. Secretary Hui reported, Damn it. This wave after wave is clearly planned by the Jinxiang Group for a long time." Lu Bo hit the table with a fist. Immediately afterwards, Lu Bo raised his head to look at Lin Yun and said palely, "Dong Lin, the real estate of Huajing Yuan is the most important real estate of our company this year, and our investment is very large. Now the first phase of the project has already come to an end, and the house is about to be delivered. It is related to our company's annual performance. If the house is really faded, it will not only waste a lot of effort, and the loss will be unimaginable. If the house is really gone, how much will we lose?" Lin Yun asked. Huajing Yuan invested 1.5 billion yuan in the first phase, and the estimated profit is 600 to 800 million yuan. If all the houses are extinguished, such a large loss will seriously affect the company's capital chain, and our branch may be unbearable. Lu Bo looked at it. Dim. Such a result is probably what Jinxiang Group wants to see. Lin Yun said with squinting eyes. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun changed his words. "However, this is absolutely unacceptable to me. If the company really loses so much, Lin Yun, as the chairman, can use the pocket money his grandpa gave him to make up for the shortfall. But from the day when Lin Yun took over the company, he secretly made up his mind. In the days when he was the chairman of the board, he must make the company to a higher level, which can be regarded as showing some achievements for grandpa. It hasn't been long before Lin Yun took over the company, and if there was such a big loss, Lin Yun would have no face to meet his grandpa. Therefore, Lin Yun absolutely cannot tolerate such a large loss." When Lu Bo heard Lin Yun say this, he asked, "Dong Lin, do you have any ideas? Let me think about it." Lin Yun lowered his head and thought. Although Lin Yun can't wait now, immediately destroy the Jinxiang Group. But you know better, the most urgent thing is to solve the big trouble of customers requesting to check out. Let's talk about other things.
Provincial Capital, Liugia Manor.
Inside the main white building in the center of the manor, Father Lu sat on the sofa. "Lao Lu, the trouble that young master has encountered this time is not small," said the secretary next to him. "For him, it is indeed a very difficult problem." Old Lu nodded. "Then, can you help Mr. Lu? That Jinxiang Group is really brave. Dare to deal with our Huading Group like this. Do you really think that our Huading Group is good for bullying? As long as Mr. Lu you want to destroy him, it's not a word." The secretary said. Old Lu smiled, then shook his head and said, "Unless the little guy takes the initiative to help me, I won't take the initiative. This kind of trouble is also the time to train him and test his business ability. I really want to see if he can solve this trouble by relying on his own ability, or if he takes the initiative to admit defeat and ask me for help." For Lulao, if Lin Yun really wanted him to ask for help, he would definitely help Lin Yun, but he would be disappointed in Lin Yun. Mrs. Lu still hoped that Lin Yun would solve the trouble himself. Even if the final solution fails, Master Lu will feel relieved. At least Lin Yun has worked hard to solve it, instead of asking others for help whenever he gets into trouble. Lao Lu, young master, doesn't have much business experience after all, and it's easy to get confused when encountering this kind of trouble. "I'm afraid it's difficult for young master to handle this matter," the secretary said. Old Lu smiled. "Let's wait and see." If it were put in the past, Mr. Lu would definitely feel that Lin Yun could not handle this matter well. However, Lin Yun gave him a surprise in the previous 2 consecutive incidents, so this time Mr. Lu still had a little expectation in his heart. Qingyang City, in the Qingyang branch of Huading Group. Lin Yun was still looking down and meditating. For Lin Yun, the problem of checking out of the dead in Huadingyuan was indeed very difficult. This is also the most difficult problem Lin Yun has encountered since becoming chairman. At this time, Lu Bo offered an opinion. "Dong Lin, I do have a suggestion to report this matter to the head office and ask the head office to help resolve it together. After all, you are Lao Lu's grandson, and Lao Lu will definitely not sit back and watch." "Yes, Mr. Lu, this is a good suggestion." "Indeed, this is the best way." The 2 managers nearby nodded in agreement.
No.
"I will never ask my grandpa for help." Lin Yun shook his head decisively. The reason is simple. Since Lin Yun wants to make some achievements on his own, of course he can't ask grandpa for help whenever he encounters any trouble. "Then Lin Dong, how are you going to solve this trouble?" Lu Bo asked. After thinking for a moment, Lin Yun looked up and said, "In this way, take the initiative to notify all customers who purchase Huajingyuan real estate. All houses are all 20% off. No, 30% off. The extra money paid by customers will be returned within a month." Lin Yun's idea is very simple, that is, to reduce the price, and to the point where it is attractive enough. 30% off, this is definitely a very attractive number. If a house is worth 1 million, you can save 300,000 yuan after a 30% discount. This discount is definitely very big. 30% off? Lu Bo and the other 2 managers were shocked when they heard the 30% discount. Since the establishment of China Ting Group for so many years, there has never been a 30% discount. You know, China Ting Group's reputation is very good, even if there are no discounts on the development of real estate can be sold. Especially in recent years, the demand for commercial housing has soared, and there is no need to worry about selling it. If you want to buy a house developed by Huading Group, you have to rely on looting. Therefore, if the Huajingyuan house is really discounted at 30%, this will definitely set the record for the lowest discount of China Ting Group. Dong Lin, if you get a 30% discount, the first phase of the Huajingyuan project will be done in vain, earning tens of millions at most. Lu Bo said, "As far as the current situation is concerned, not losing money is the best result. If all customers check out, it will not only make tens of millions, but lose 1.5 billion. Lin Yun said. The account manager on the side also said, "But Dong Lin, even with such a discount, it may not solve the problem. After all, many customers are willing to check out because they don't want to live in a deadly real estate. Discounts are not necessarily useful." Of course, Lin Yun understood what they said, but in this situation, there is no better way. Obviously, I don't even expect Huajingyuan to make much money now. With the current situation, it is the best result to save money. Just do what I said, and deliver the news to every customer. Lin Yun waved his hand. After a pause, Lin Yun added, "As for whether they accept the discount or continue to check out, it is up to them to choose. Customers who do not accept it will directly check out for them, and then continue to sell the returned house with a 30% discount. Yes, let's do it now." After taking the orders, the account manager and the engineering manager hurriedly left the office. The account manager is responsible for contacting customers online, and the engineering manager goes straight to the sales department to notify the customers gathered in the sales department. After the two of them left, hopefully, this will save the situation. Lin Yun can only pray silently for these customers to accept the discount instead of continuing to check out. Otherwise, the company will face a loss of 1.5 billion. Dong Lin, you really make me look different. To make such an important decision, it absolutely requires great courage and determination. Lulao said. Even Lulao, an old man in the mall, dare not make a decision like a 30% off sale without authorization, because if the decision is wrong, the consequences will be disastrous, and he has to admire Lin Yun. There is no way. It is a decision after all. Lin Yun said helplessly. After a pause, Lin Yun suddenly asked, "By the way, Lulao, how much compensation is paid to the family members of the workers who died on the site?" 500,000. This is the compensation standard set by the head office, and we will issue it as soon as possible. Lulao said, 500,000? It's too little, double it for me, and each company will compensate 1 million. I don't care what the standard of the head office is, our branch will compensate 1 million for life accidents in the future. Lin Yun said. Lin Yun clearly remembered that after his father had an accident on the construction site, the company actually denied it and did not give Lin Yun a penny of compensation. His mother went to ask for it, but was beaten out. In the end, even the father's funeral expenses were collected by the mother. Too little? Lulao looked surprised. According to Lubao's perception, most of the companies that happened to this kind of thing were that they had paid too much compensation. This was the first time he heard from the company boss that the compensation was too small. Human lives are priceless. Of course, 500,000 is too little. Lin Yun said firmly. Dong Lin, there aren't many bosses with conscientiousness like you now. Dong Lin can rest assured that I will pay the compensation of 1 million in half a month. Lulao said seriously. Just a small matter made Lulao respect Lin Yun in his heart. Immediately afterwards, Lulao turned around and said angrily, "After all, everything is the Jinxiang group. Thinking about it, I'm angry, Lin Dong. Can we just forget about this account?" Lin Yun narrowed his eyes. "Forget it? Of course I can't forget it. This time I will pay the price of the money. I will let the Jinxiang group return 10 times, 100 times in the future. And the more than 10 migrant workers who died in vain, I will definitely help them get justice. I will definitely. Those more than a dozen migrant workers are also the epitome of Lin Yun's father. Lin Yun seeks justice for them, and also seeks justice for his dead father. Lin Yun used to be a poor boy and was not qualified to shake the Jinxiang group, but now it is different. As a local snake in Qingyang City, Jinxiang group is deeply rooted in the local area. It is definitely very difficult for Lin Yun to rely on his own ability to defeat the Jinxiang group without asking for help from his grandfather. I am afraid that this cannot be done in a short time. But after this incident, Lin Yun has made up his mind to defeat the Jinxiang group no matter how difficult it is. This is a goal that Lin Yun has set for himself at this moment. It is definitely unrealistic to destroy the Jinxiang group in a short time. Lin Yun said. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun changed his words. However, it's not a shame to come and go. How can he trick us this time without giving him a little courtesy? Dong Lin, do you have any ideas? Lulao asked curiously. You spend money to get a big truck. In the middle of the night, you pulled a truck of excrement and poured it at the door of Xiang Jinxiang's house, blocking his house with excrement. It was a gift to him. So disgusting and disgusting. Lin Yun sneered. This method is really amazing. It can definitely disgust him. Lin Dong, rest assured. I will order people to do this later. Lulao excitedly said. This incident caused Lulao to be upset, and of course he wanted to vent his anger. Lin Yun looked at Lulao again and said seriously, Lulao, no matter what the final outcome of this incident is, you must bear this lesson in mind. For other real estate sites under construction, you must strengthen inspections. This kind of thing must never happen again. Lulao nodded. Don't worry, Chairman. You will learn from a ditch and gain wisdom. From now on, I will strengthen my security and prevent this from happening. Next, for Lin Yun and Lulao, it was a very painful wait. Can your own method work? Can you pass this barrier smoothly? Lin Yun also had no bottom in his heart. Lin Yun only knew that if he really lost 1.5 billion, he would have no face to see Grandpa next time. After leaving the company, Lin Yun suddenly had a flash of inspiration and thought of a way. "Lone Wolf, come out," Lin Yun shouted. A few seconds later, a figure appeared in front of Lin Yun. He was the lone wolf who secretly protected Lin Yun. "Little master, is there anything you asked me to do?" The lone wolf made a hoarse and low voice. "Lone wolf, you are very good, right?" Lin Yun asked. "At least in the southwest, I can't meet an opponent." Lone wolf replied calmly. Lin Yun continued to ask, "Lone wolf, you are my person now, right?" "Of course." Lone wolf nodded. "In that case, get rid of Xiang Jinxiang of the Jinxiang group, so that you can prove to me your strength." Lin Yun said. "Sorry, little master. My task is to protect you. The old master has ordered that I can only take action when your life is in danger." The lone wolf was expressionless. Lin Yun was speechless after hearing this. "Cut, I don't think you have that strength, right?" Lin Yun could only use radical tactics. "Follow the little master what you think." After the lone wolf said this, he turned and left. Hey, why did you leave? Didn't you say that you are mine?" Looking at the lone wolf who left without any drag, Lin Yun looked speechless. Lin Yun also thought that if the lone wolf could solve Xiang Jinxiang, it would be much easier. As a result, the lone wolf did not buy his account at all. The idea of letting the lone wolf take action can only be lost. After leaving the company, Lin Yun went directly to the school. Along the way, Lin Yun was also thinking about how to completely defeat the local Snake Jinxiang group without asking for help from his grandfather. The boss of Jinxiang group, Xiang Jinxiang, is the eldest brother of Qingyang City's underground strength and his greatest support. Lin Yun had a bold idea in his mind, that is, to create an underground force by himself, and then it would destroy Xiang Huaqiang's underground force, and then unify the underground force in Qingyang City by itself. Of course, this is just Lin Yun's idea. If it is really to be implemented, it will be a very challenging thing. As soon as he arrived at school, Lin Yun received a call from Lulao. "Chairman, your method is really amazing. Those customers who are clamoring to check out must get a 30% discount. They don't refund as if they have picked up a big bargain. Only a few still insist on checking out, but it can be sold again." Lu Bo's excited voice came through the phone. Lu Bo on the other end of the phone admired Lin Yun at this moment. He didn't expect that Lin Yun could successfully resolve the crisis by this method. Really, that's good. After Lin Yun heard the news, he took a long breath. Although selling at a 30% discount, it won't make much money, but at least it won't lose money. In this storm, such a result can definitely be regarded as a complete victory. Although the turmoil temporarily subsided, the grievances between Lin Yun and Jinxiang Group have also completely ended. The other side, Jinxiang Group building. Inside the chairman's office on the top floor, Xiang Jinxiang, with his shaved head, lit a cigar, leaning on the boss chair, and his face was carefree. Standing next to him was Xiang Huaqiang's dog-headed sergeant. "Master Xiang, Huading Group must have been blown up at this moment. I bet that, facing so many customers checking out, Huading Group must have a big head, haha." The military commander looked excited. "This time, I see how Huading Group will deal with it." Xiang Jinxiang also gave a triumphant smile. "How can I deal with it? I can only lose money. For this real estate, Huading Group will have to lose more than 1 billion yuan, Jejia." The military commander gave a strange smile. "Military strategist, your strategy is very good, don't worry. I will not treat you badly." Xiang Jinxiang smiled. "Thank you, Master Xiang. Thank you, Master Xiang." The military division nodded happily. At this moment, a thin man hurried in and shouted as he ran. "Master Xiang, it's not good. Things have changed. Quickly say, what's the matter?" Xiang Jinxiang frowned. "Master Xiang, China Ting Group offers a 30% discount. Those who are clamoring to check out will immediately compromise and stop making trouble when they hear the 30% discount. Now things have calmed down and the China Ting Group did not make much money, but no loss," said the thin man. "What?" Xiang Jinxiang stood up in surprise, his face also becoming hard to look. "Damn, why are these so unreliable? Give a 30% discount and compromise?" The military officer on the side couldn't help but explode. Dare to give such a low discount of 30%? Whose idea is this TM? Grass. Angrily, Xiang Jinxiang smashed the cigar in his hand to the ground. Xiang Jinxiang never expected that the strategy they planned for such a long time would be resolved by China Ting Group.
Provincial capital, Liuxia Manor.
Inside the main white building in the center of the manor, Lu Zhizhong's secretary hurriedly walked in from outside and said excitedly as he walked, "Lao Lu, the Qingyang branch has a result." "Oh, there will be a result so soon? What is the result?" When Mr. Lu heard about his grandson, he quickly came to God. Qingyang branch sells Huajing Yuan's houses at a price of 30% off. Those users who are clamoring to check out, after hearing the 30% discount, most of them stopped clamoring to check out. It calmed down like this. The secretary said with a smile, "Is it 30% off? This is very similar to my idea. If it were me, I would also sell it at a discount like this. This is probably the best solution." Lu Zhizhong nodded in satisfaction. Lu Zhizhong has been in the mall for many years. He will not care too much about the gains and losses in front of him. When he should earn less, he will earn less, and he will be able to earn back later. This is how business is done. How can there be good things that can be earned every time? When you encounter this kind of trouble, you cannot end up with a huge loss because of reluctance. It will only outweigh the gain. Immediately afterwards, Lulao asked quickly, "Who proposed this method of selling at a discount?" "It was brought up by the young master. I heard that when the young master first proposed it, the other managers had some doubts, but the young master rejected all the arguments and finally made the decision." The secretary said with a smile, "Haha, not bad. Not bad." Lulao laughed directly after hearing the words. "I'm still worried that this kid can't handle it well. After all, he has no experience and is young. I'm afraid he is indecisive and dare not make a decision. I didn't expect his kid to make such a big decision." Old Lu's face was full of relief. Lu Zhizhong knows the difficulty of dealing with this matter very well. When ordinary businessmen encounter this kind of trouble, they will have a very headache. Lu Laoyuan thought it would be difficult for Lin Yun to handle it well, but Lin Yun's handling method gave him a great surprise. Yeah, it absolutely takes great courage to make the decision to sell 30% off. I didn't expect that the young master would have the courage to make such a decision. The secretary exclaimed, "TSK, this kid. The surprise for me is getting bigger and bigger." The smile on old Lu's face grew stronger. Mr. Lu himself never thought that Lin Yun could solve such a big trouble perfectly. "By the way, sir, Jinxiang Group is so plotting against us Wading Group. Do we want to give him some color?" the secretary asked. "Let my grandson do it. This is still an exercise for him. When necessary, I will help him secretly," Lulao said. Qingyang City, Qingyang University. At noon, the boys' dormitory.
Broder-le.
"Do you know that Zheng Hai? How is it now?" As soon as Lin Yun entered the dormitory, the fat man greeted Lin Yun excitedly. "How's it going?" Lin Yun asked casually. Yesterday, even the school knew about the matter of eating in the live broadcast. The school asked the owner to delete the post, but everyone who has spread the news about it, deleting it is useless. Where does Zheng Hai have the face to stay in school? Go down? I'm already suspended, the fat man said excitedly. "Did you leave school? It deserves it." Lin Yun smiled coldly. Alike Zheng Hai just made him bad reputation, it is already very cheap for him. In order to celebrate Zheng Hai's foul reputation, I will treat to dinner at noon, Lin Yun said, patted his chest. Lin Yun is still in a good mood, not only because of Zheng Hai, but also because of the problem of the Huajing Yuan real estate. Brother Yun is wide. Hee, there is another big meal. The fat man heard Lin Yun's treat, and he immediately clapped happily. The fat man knew the identity of Lin Yun and Lu Zhizhong's grandson. Of course he understood that Lin Yun would treat guests to dinner, which would be a big meal. "By the way, Brother Lu, why don't you call Wang Shui too?" The fat man smirked and winked at Lin Yun. The purpose of the fat man is naturally to promote Lin Yun and Wang Shui. Okay. Lin Yun smiled. To be honest, Lin Yun quite expected to have dinner with Wang Shui. So Lin Yun took out the phone and called Wang Shui. "Lin Yun, I have good news to share with you." After the call was connected, Lin Yun hadn't spoken yet, and Wang Shue's happy voice came from the other end of the phone. "Oh? What good news?" Lin Yun asked quickly. "Just now, a manager of China Ting Group approached me. He said that their company is carrying out charity activities and my family is the chosen help object." Wang Shui on the other end of the phone seemed very excited. "Really? That's a good thing." Lin Yun smiled. This so-called charity event was arranged by Lin Yun. It's just that Lin Yun didn't expect that Lu Bo's efficiency is quite high. He only ordered him in the morning, and now the matter is implemented. "Lin Yun, I'm in the hospital right now. They have already started arranging for my mother to get medical treatment. The expenses are all paid by China Ting Group. My mother can finally recover. In addition, China Ting Group gave me 50,000 yuan, saying yes, grant me the scholarship." Wang Shue's excited voice was still on the phone. Lin Yun could imagine that Wang Shue was about to jump up with joy now. Seeing Wang Shue so happy, Lin Yun's heart was also warm. "I am no longer a useless poor boy. I now have the ability to help those I want to help." "Then, have you accepted the 50,000 yuan bursary?" Lin Yun understood Wang Shue's character, and based on her character, it is very likely that she would not receive the money. "I didn't want to accept it. I was very satisfied to be able to treat my mother, but they must give it. If they don't accept it, they won't help my mother. I have to accept it," Wang Shue said. Hearing that Lin Yun accepted the money, Lin Yun was completely relieved. Even if 50,000 yuan is scumbag money for Lin Yun, it is definitely a huge sum of money for Wang Shue. "Lin Yun, China Ting Group helped me complete the sponsorship task yesterday, and today it helped our family and my mother's treatment. China Ting Group is my benefactor of Wang Shue. When I graduate, I must join China Ting Group. Work, repay Huading Group." Wang Shue's serious voice came over the phone. It is conceivable how grateful Wang Shue is to Huading Group. However, Wang Shue didn't know at this time that the person who helped her was actually Lin Yun. If she knew this, she didn't know how she would react. "Okay, you are a girl who knows how to repay you, I understand," Lin Yun replied with a smile. "By the way, Lin Yun, is there anything you call me?" Wang Shue asked. "I wanted to ask if you were at school or not, so let's have lunch together, but you are in the hospital now, so next time," Lin Yun said. Wang Shue was in the hospital, and she definitely couldn't come, so Lin Yun and the fat man walked directly out of the school. After leaving school, "Brother Yun, where are we going to eat?" the fat man asked. "Go to Shengyan restaurant." Lin Yun spit out 4 words. "What? Go to the Shengyan restaurant?" "Brother Yun, thinking of the last time I was at the Shengyan restaurant, thinking of the manager of the Shengyan restaurant, I was so angry. Why did you go there?" Fatty One Face puzzled. The last time Lin Yun and the fat man ate at the Shengyan restaurant, Lin Yun's wallet was stolen, but the manager of Shengyan restaurant insisted that Lin Yun was a liar, saying that Lin Yun and the two were eating Bawang's meal, and they had to call Lin Yun. 2 people. At that time, it was Huang Mingyi who helped Lin Yun pay the bill, and Lin Yun 2 people left smoothly. "Because of what happened last time, we are going to go even more this time. At least the manager should understand that we are not poor ghosts who can't afford to eat, right?" Lin Yun said. What happened last time also caused Lin Yun to be upset. His grandson, Lu Zhizhong, was even ridiculed when he ate. It's just that Lin Yun was anxious to chase Wang Mengyi and didn't settle accounts with the manager. "Brother Yun, when you say this, I seem to understand what you mean. This time we go to justify ourselves, right?" The fat man grinned. Lin Yun smiled and nodded. "Yes, let's go." On the way to Shengyan restaurant, Lin Yun called Lu Bo and asked him to contact the owner of Shengyan restaurant, and he wanted to buy Shengyan restaurant. If the owner of Shengyan restaurant does not sell, then increase the price. Lin Yun is not bad for money. Shengyan restaurant, this is the highest grade restaurant near Qingyang University. Lin Yun and the fat man walked into the Shengyan restaurant. "Welcome." As soon as she entered the hotel, a young waiter greeted her warmly. "2, please here." The waiter girl made a request, and then led Lin Yun and the others to the table. "Stop." As soon as Lin Yun and the fat man took 2 steps, a loud voice rang. Lin Yun turned his head and saw a familiar figure greeted him. He, the lobby manager of Shengyan restaurant, was the same lobby manager who mocked Lin Yun and said that he would call the police to arrest them. "I looked familiar. It turned out to be you 2 boys again." As the lobby manager said, he strode forward to Lin Yun and two of them. Why do you two still have a face? Why? Still want to come to eat Ba Wang's meal? Do you still hope that someone will believe you and pay you? The lobby manager's words were full of disdain. Lin Yun's face sank. Lin Yun was already very upset with the lobby manager the last time. Now Lin Yun hasn't taken the initiative to trouble him. He actually came to the door? Keep your mouth clean. Do you know who this is next to me? The fat man shouted at the manager with an unhappy expression. I know, of course I know. Didn't you say last time that he is the grandson of Lu Zhizhong, the richest man in the southwest? The lobby manager sneered. Just like the two of them, still Lu Zhizhong's grandson? Pouch! The waiters standing nearby couldn't help covering their mouths and laughing. Immediately afterwards, the lobby manager turned around and said viciously, You two don't play tricks with me. Get out of here immediately. Why? Your Xingyan restaurant opened its doors to do business, and there is no reason for not welcoming guests? You even dare to leave guests? Lin Yun's expression gradually darkened. Of course we welcome guests, but we don't welcome you to be poor. You don't look at your own virtues. Are you affordable here? You still want to eat the king's meal. Really consider yourself the richest grandson, ah? The lobby manager was Yin and Yang strange. At this time, the little waiter girl who just helped Lin Yun led the way couldn't help but say, Manager, they are guests after all. Can you not do that? The lobby manager's face suddenly sank, and he looked at the little waiter. What? Are you teaching me to do things? After the waitress was reprimanded, she lowered her head and said in a low voice, I just feel that your attitude is not appropriate for the guests. You really taught me to do things. I think you want to get out, right? Okay, your internship period ends here. You get out with these two boys. The manager pointed his finger outside the door. Manager, I. The waiter girl suddenly became at a loss. What are you? I let you get out. Are you deaf? The lobby manager snapped. The waiter girl was almost crying when she was scolded, so she nodded and walked out aggrieved. Wait a minute. Lin Yun reached out to stop the waiter girl. Little sister, it is not you who should leave, but him. Lin Yun looked at the manager. You, get out of here immediately. I announced that you have been fired. Lin Yun stared at the manager with cold eyes. What? I was fired? You announced it? Haha, are you thinking? You think you are the owner of Xingyan restaurant. The manager chuckled. Congratulations on your correct answer. I have already bought Xingyan restaurant. Starting today, I will be the owner of Xingyan restaurant. Lin Yun said lightly. You bought it? Haha, just like you are so poor. You can't even afford a meal and you can't afford to buy stuff, and you also buy feast restaurants. The manager sneered. This kid is too good at blowing. Just like this, he still buys a feast restaurant? It takes a lot of effort to pay for meals. The waiters nearby also sneered. At this moment, Lin Yun's cell phone rang suddenly. Lin Yun did not answer, but handed the phone to the lobby manager and said, This is your boss's call. You can answer it. The manager originally wanted to say something ironic, but when he was about to speak, he looked at the phone number, and the caller ID number turned out to be his boss. After seeing this, the manager quickly picked up the phone and then pressed the connect button. Boss. The manager looked respectful. The voice of the boss came out on the phone. Xiao Zhou. I have sold the Xingyan restaurant to this Mr. Lin. You will hand over with Mr. Lin, and he will be your new boss in the future. What? The face of the lobby manager turned into a dead gray in an instant. He couldn't believe his ears. This kid actually bought a Xingyan restaurant? Boss, why? Xingyan restaurant has always been profitable. Why do you want to sell? The lobby manager couldn't figure it out at all. The reason is very simple. The other party gave me a high enough price. I have no reason not to sell. The boss said. The boss on the phone continued. In addition, do you know who this boss is? The chairman of Huading Group Qingyang branch. He wants to buy Xingyan restaurant. Can I not give face? China Ting Group, Dong chairman. At this moment, the lobby manager only felt a thunderbolt from the blue sky, which severely crushed his psychological defense. God, he has been laughing at the chairman of China Ting Group just now? He just said rudely to the chairman of Huading Group? Even let the chairman of Huading Group get out? Thinking of this, The lobby manager only felt that his heart fell into the abyss in an instant. Xiao Zhou, I have something to do, so I just hang up first. After the boss on the phone finished speaking, he hung up. However, the lobby manager was stuck in place, unable to recover for a long time. Lin Yun took his mobile phone and sneered. How? I said I was the boss. Do you believe it now? I believe it. I believe it. The lobby manager could only nod his head. Lin Yun took a step forward and continued to speak coldly. Last time, I said I didn't have money to pay, but my wallet was stolen. Do you believe it now? Thank you. The lobby manager replied again and again. Just kidding. This is the chairman of Chinatown Group. How could he not have the money to pay the bill? The lobby manager felt regretful in his heart, regretting that he did not recognize such an awesome character. If that's the case, then you can get out. Lin Yun waved his hand. Lin, Boss Lin, I know I was wrong. I apologize to you. Don't fire me. The lobby manager begged for mercy. Do you think it's possible? Lin Yun smiled coldly. The fat man next to him also shouted, Don't get out yet. If you don't get out, my brother Yun can only call the security guard to bomb you. Didn't you hear? Get out. Lin Yun said coldly. Lin Yun was not even prepared to give this lobby manager a chance. When the lobby manager saw that Lin Yun would not give him a chance, he could only choose to turn angrily and leave. After the lobby manager left, What's your name? Lin Yun looked at the waiter girl next to her. Just now, this little waitress was speaking for Lin Yun, which caused her to be almost fired. Boss, my name is Chanqian. The waiter girl looked very restrained. Chanqian, you are pretty good. Starting today, you will be the lobby manager. Lin Yun said calmly. Shall I be the lobby manager? The waiter girl opened her mouth in surprise. The waiter girl has just been fired, and now she suddenly becomes a manager? She herself couldn't believe it. Boss, I may not do well. The waiter said weakly. It doesn't matter. I believe you. Work hard. Lin Yun smiled and patted the waiter the shoulder. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun turned around and scanned the waiters present. Hi, boss. A smart waiter, the first to salute Lin Yun. Hi, boss. Seeing this, other waiters present hurriedly followed suit. Don't just call me, and the one next to me. If they see him in the future, they will also call the boss to know. Lin Yun pointed at the fat man. Hi, boss. These waiters hurriedly saluted the fat man. Hee. The fat man was naturally very happy. Where did he enjoy such treatment? Fatty, if I want to come to Shengyan restaurant for dinner in the future, just come and eat. You don't need to check out. You and I are brothers, so half of the restaurant counts you. Lin Yun patted the fatty's shoulder and said, Really? That's great. MD, it's cool to have a local tyrant brother, hee. The fat man smiled excitedly. Immediately afterwards, under the weight of a crowd of waiters, Lin Yun and the fat man sat down for a meal. Halfway through the meal, the fat man received a call. What? You were beaten? Where? Judja Internet Cafe? Okay, I get it. After hanging up the phone, Fatty, what? Lin Yun raised his head and asked. Brother Yun, Amin was beaten, right at the door of Judja Internet Cafe. The fat man looked serious. Amin was beaten? Did you say the reason? Lin Yun frowned slightly. Amin is Lin Yun and Fatty's roommate, but Amin is usually addicted to the internet and usually spends time in internet cafes, so he doesn't spend much time with Lin Yun. But he is Lin Yun's roommate after all, and he can be regarded as a friend. Lin Yun is now considered to be developed. If Amin really encounters difficulties, Lin Yun would definitely not be able to sit back and watch. Amin said that it was a few gangsters near the school. They asked Amin to help them pay for the internet. Amin didn't want to, so they dragged Amin out of the internet cafe and had a fight. The fat man said. After a pause, the fat man continued. Now they don't let Amin go. They must ask Amin to give them $2,000 in payment, otherwise they will be abolished. Amin can't get it out, so he can only call us for help and let us send money to rescue him. A group of bastards. This TM is obviously robbery. Lin Yun's expression turned gloomy. Lin Yun hates such people the most, bullying the weak and even threatening to make money. Today's Lin Yun is already developed. Even if Amin is not Lin Yun's friend, Lin Yun will never sit back and watch if Lin Yun encounters such a thing. Brother Yun, what do you say? The fat man looked at Lin Yun. What can I say? Go. Fuck these bastards. Lin Yun stood up directly. Brother Yun is going to these bastards?
Ok.
The fat man also stood up quickly. Fat people also hate such people. Immediately afterwards, the fat man turned around and worried. But Brother Yun, Amin said that there are 7 or 8 people on the opposite side. There are so many people on the other side. It's just us two. I'm afraid we can't do these people. Are you still afraid that I can't call someone? Lin Yun said. At the door of Jia Internet Cafe, 7 or 8 young people from society with dyed hair and tattoos surrounded a man in white clothes. This man in white clothes is Lin Yun and Fatty's roommate Amin. He just hung up the phone. Ming's face was blue and purple, and he was obviously beaten just now. Boy, how's it going? Did someone send you money? A young yellow-haired young man grabbed Ming by the neckline, chewing gum, arrogantly. I don't know either. Ming said weakly. Grass. As soon as Amin's voice fell, Wang Wei was young and hit Amin's face in circles. Amin clenched his fist and then loosened his fist again. Although he was very angry and wronged in his heart, he knew that he could not match the young people in society. Boy, I'll leave it to you. If we don't see a fee of 2,000 yuan today, we will definitely give you a hand. The yellow-haired young man said arrogantly. After speaking, the yellow-haired young man spit out chewing gum and then glued the chewing gum to Amin's face. Ha. The other young people beside them all laughed. Amin's face became more and more ugly. At this time, the young man with yellow hair smiled and said, Boy, if you eat the gum on your face, we may also consider letting you go. You. Amin was already trembling with anger, and his eyes looked at this person with poison. Grass, dare to look at us with this kind of eyes. I can't help you with some color. You don't know how powerful brothers are. Huang Mao looked fierce. Immediately afterwards, Huang Mao waved his hand. Brothers, hold this kid down, and I will feed him the gum myself. Okay. Several young people from the surrounding society rushed up immediately, preparing to hold Ming. Boom! At this moment, the bursting supercar engine rumbling suddenly blasted across the street. The bursting roar immediately attracted the attention of these young people in society, and they all looked at the sound coming from the sound. Not only them, it can be said that the people on the whole street were attracted by the roar of the bursting engine, and they stopped looking. This TM is a great Lamborghini, nearly 10 million. Wow, Lamborghini. It's so handsome. What appeared in everyone's eyes was an orange Lamborghini Bull. Its appearance caused a burst of exclamation and screams. This kind of super sports car can definitely earn enough attention no matter where it is driven. Fuck, it's a Lamborghini Bull. The young people with yellow hair couldn't help exclaiming after seeing this Lamborghini appeared. This car has 7 or 8 million naked cars. I don't know which is sitting in the car. A young green-haired young man sighed. Rumble. In the roar of the explosion, this orange Lamborghini Bull stopped at the door of Jia Internet Cafe. Brother Huang Mao, this car is parked here, a shrill young man said in surprise. Huang Mao and the others also looked at this Lamborghini Bull with surprised eyes. Under their gaze, the door of the Lamborghini Daniel was opened. Immediately afterwards, a slightly thin young man got out of the cab, and the co-pilot walked out of a somewhat fat young man. The two of them are Lin Yun and Fatty. And this Lamborghini Bull is exactly the one Lin Yun bought before. Amin hadn't thought about paying so much attention, but the sound of the Lamborghini engine was too crackling, so he was also looking at the Lamborghini. Lin Yun, fat man? When Amin saw that the people coming down from Lamborghini were his roommates Lin Yun and Fatty, he was stunned. He still knows both Lin Yun and Fatty. They are ordinary families, and even Lin Yun's family is still very poor. How could he start a Lamborghini? Am I dazzled? Amin rubbed his eyes vigorously, but found that he had not read it wrong. It was really Lin Yun and Fatty. Aside, Brother Huang Mao, these two people seem to be walking towards us. Lu Mao pushed Huang Mao Xiaoyu. Yeah, the two of them seem to be directed at us. Thorn 2 Xiaoyang also said blankly. When they saw Lin Yun and 2 rushing at them, They both seemed a little flustered and a little at a loss. After all, others were driving Lamborghini. Can the people who can drive this kind of cars be ordinary people? Can anyone who can drive this kind of car be able to afford it? It should not be. It must be just passing by. Huang Mao secretly prayed that the other party didn't come to him. However, when Lin Yun and Fatty walked in front of them, they stopped. Lin Yun, Fat, it's really you. It's really you. Amin realized that he really did not admit his mistake, so he rushed to Lin Yun and Fatty excitedly. You really came to save me. Perhaps it was because of excitement, or perhaps because of being wronged. After Amin said this, tears fell. Lin Yun saw that their faces were blue and purple, and even a chewing gum was put on their faces. Lin Yun's anger suddenly surged. Aiming, I will help you find the wrongs you have suffered. Lin Yun patted Aiming's shoulder firmly. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun looked at these 7 or 8 young people in society. These 7 or 8 young people in society turned blue when they saw Lin Yun turned out to be Ming's friend. They hit a friend who drives a Lamborghini? After thinking of this, their hearts startled. Just a Lamborghini bull is enough to deter them. Hit my friend. Do you all have a share? Lin Yun stared at the group of people and said coldly. The 7 or 8 young people bowed their heads, like frosted eggplants, completely stunned. They had already lost the arrogant appearance they had before. At this time, the lead Huang Mao came up. Brother, we don't know that he is your friend. We will apologize to you and him, sorry. Huang Mao accompanied smiled and bowed and apologized. Snapped. Without saying anything, Lin Yun slapped the yellow-haired young man on the face. Apologize? Did I make you apologize? Lin Yun shouted. Yes, yes, yes. Although Huang Mao was slapped in the face, he could only laugh and nod his head again and again. Lin Yun turned to look at Aiming again and asked, Amin, tell me how they dealt with you. Just hit me and asked me to give them 2,000 yuan and forced me to eat the gum he had eaten. Amin grieved. Lin Yun nodded, then looked at Huang Mao again. Give you a chance to eat the dog next to you. Lin Yun pointed to a pile of black on the ground next to him. Eat shit? Huang Mao's face suddenly turned into pig liver color after hearing this. Eat shit? Huang Mao's face suddenly turned into pig liver color after hearing this. Because the movement just caused by Lamborghini was great, a crowd of onlookers had gathered here and talked about it. This is a realistic version of the rich second-generation street lesson, punks. Interesting. I know these little gangsters, and they often do things for this generation. This time they got into trouble? They deserve it. That's right. These little gangsters are very arrogant on weekdays, and it's finally unlucky today. The crowd onlookers were all talking about it. They all felt very relieved when they saw the rich second-generation gangsters teaching evil in the street. In the field. Brother, how can this be eaten by humans, bro? Stop joking. Huang Mao showed an ugly smile. Eating dog feces is 1,000,000 times more disgusting than eating chewing gum that others have chewed. Huang Mao seized that lump of dog feces tightly, and he feels sick, let alone let him eat it. It's true that dog is not eaten by humans, but it's okay to eat it as a beast like you. Lin Yun sneered, hugging his arms. The fat man also said loudly, UTM hit our roommate, brother Yun only eat shit. It's cheaper for you. Don't hurry to eat. After Huang Mao heard the words, his face became more ugly. You. Don't deceive people too much. The dog jumps the wall in a hurry. Huang Mao said with gritted teeth. Oh, I don't know what you mean by this. Lin Yun still sneered. The meaning is very simple. I have already apologized, and you slapped me. This matter was wiped out. You will also be the 3 of you. If you really rushed us, we stabbed you and ran away. Can't find us. Huang Mao said viciously. After talking about this, Huang Mao directly took out a dagger from his waist. Although Huang Mao is afraid of Lin Yun, he is usually courageous in the society. If he is really anxious, he would definitely dare to sting even the rich second generation. As the saying goes, the county official is not as good as the current one. Although Lin Yun's status is strong, the yellow-haired group is crowded, at least not afraid of losing money at the scene. As for the future revenge of the rich second generation, they can run away. Want to be more than people? Still using a knife? It seems that you don't have the rare opportunity one gave you. Lin Yun narrowed his eyes, and a chill flashed in his eyes. Seeing Huang Mao take out a dagger next to Amin, he was also startled. Lin Yun, forget it. I'm satisfied that I can get away, or just forget it.
Amin pulled la Lin Yun.
Although Amin wanted to see Huang Mao suffer, he was also afraid that Huang Mao would really use a knife. If Lin Yun was stabbed for helping him, how could he feel comfortable? Forget it? Dare to threaten me? That's not it. Lin Yun smiled coldly. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun looked at Huang Mao and said coldly, "From the moment you take out the knife, this matter will not end so easily. Boy, it seems that you are really not afraid of death, so no wonder you forced us. What about the rich second generation? I fight like the rich second generation, brothers. Come on." Huang Mao said loudly. The young people behind Huang Mao, although they were afraid of Lin Yun's identity, but they usually belong to the daunting, fearless kind of stunned green, so that they no longer hesitate, and one after another they took out the daggers they carried and prepared to do it. Are these gangsters going to be hard? I'm afraid this rich second generation will suffer. Even if his background is strong, he has only 3 people at the moment. When the crowd around the audience saw the yellow hairs move their knives, they all secretly said something was wrong for Lin Yun. In the field,
Sorry.
they really want to use a knife. Aming's face changed a lot after seeing this scene. Lin Yun, fatty, you two go quickly. I'll stop them. You are here to help me. I can't cause you to be stabbed. Although Amin was frightened, Amin looked cowardly on weekdays, but at this moment, he walked directly in front of Lin Yun and Fatty, trying to block the group of people for Lin Yun and Fatty. Aiming, we are here to save you, not for you to save us, Lin Yun said with a smile. At this moment, 5 commercial vehicles of exactly the same style drove on the road. I saw these 5 commercial vehicles parked behind Lin Yun's Lamborghini in turn. Immediately afterwards, the doors of these 5 commercial vehicles were opened at the same time, and more than 40 young men wearing security uniforms burst out of the car, and then quickly walked towards Lin Yun and the others. So many dozens of people in uniforms rushed in, all holding batons in their hands, with great momentum. The yellow-haired group of people who were about to do it stopped when they saw this guy. Brother Huang Mao, who are these things? The stabbing man said in surprise. I don't know. Huang Mao also looked at a loss. Under everyone's gaze, these security guards walked quickly to Lin Yun. Next moment, Chairman. These dozens of security guards all bowed and shouted in unison, with great momentum. After seeing this scene, the Huang Maos were immediately dumbfounded. They did not expect that these dozens of security guards turned out to be the person Lin Yun called. Enclose these people for me. Lin Yun waved. Yes, Chairman. After the dozens of security guards responded, they stepped forward and surrounded the 7 members of Huang Mao. Just before Lin Yun came, he called the company and asked a group of security guards to rush to the door of Jia Internet Cafe. More powerful than many people, Lin Yun is still afraid that he can't compare to these few people. As long as Lin Yun is willing to call, as long as Lin Yun is willing to spend money, let alone dozens, even hundreds of thousands of people can call. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun squeezed into the crowd. The yellow-haired 7 had a sallow complexion, and their faces were full of fear and despair. They knew that the 7 of them were absolutely impossible to deal with these 40 security guards. Huang Mao knew that as long as Lin Yun gave an order, these security guards would be enough to destroy them.
Gang Yang.
The dagger in Huang Mao's hand fell to the ground. His hands were trembling constantly, as if to tell the fear in his heart. If it is said, he could still threaten Lin Yun with a large number of people before. So now, he doesn't have any capital to challenge Lin Yun anymore, and he can't afford to resist anymore. Next moment, Huang Mao, who was terrified, knelt on the ground with a boom. Brother, forgive me. Please forgive us. Huang Mao directly knelt on the ground, begging for mercy. The young people behind Huang Mao also knelt on the ground one after another, and they were all trembling with fright. Spare? You have used the knife, and you want me to spare? You beat my roommate to a bruised face, and you want me to spare? Lin Yun squinted his eyes, full of chills. Also, do you know that what Lao Tzu hates most is people like you? gathering together every day to look for honest people to bully, Lin Yun said viciously. Immediately afterwards, Lin Yun gave an order. Call me, all seriously hurt me. After the fight, one person will be given a bonus of 10,000 yuan, and I will carry it if something happens. Yes, Chairman. The security guards were naturally excited when they heard Lin Yun gave them a bonus of 10,000 yuan. Immediately afterwards, the 40-odd security guards directly waved the baton in their hands and rushed up. There is no need to talk about the next scene. 7 gangsters, faced with more than 40 security guards carrying weapons, were beaten with no resistance, rolling all over the ground wailing and begging for mercy. It is good. The crowd onlookers couldn't help but clap their hands and applaud. Of course, they expected to see these little gangsters being beaten. The bullying gangsters were picked up by the rich second generation on the street. It is conceivable that this incident will definitely become a story. As for Amin, he almost cried out of excitement when he saw these punks being beaten up. Aiming, don't cry, you are here, and Brother Yun has helped you find it. The fat man patted Aiming on the shoulder and said, Yeah. Amin nodded vigorously. By the way, what is going on? Lin Yun's Lamborghini and these security guards. Aiming feels a little stunned up to now. Lin Yun, who he knows, has a very poor family. Why did he suddenly start a supercar? There are still so many people called. Haha, I will tell you later. Let's go first. You must have not eaten yet. Let's go eat first. Lin Yun also smiled and patted Aiming on the shoulder. The fat man also smiled and said, Yes, you called when we were eating. We haven't eaten a few bites yet.